Corsair just chilling there, attacking the Overlord, gets picked off. The other Corsair is going to get chased back to his base. The Templar Archives is up now. Probably going to produce an Archon if he's smart. So he has some anti-air around just in case Great goes for some Mutalisks. But I think Great did miss out on a little bit of an opportunity because he had a chance there to make a bunch of. I mean, it's a kind of a significant investment. He would have put a lot of minerals and stuff into it. But I think in this situation he could have accomplished a lot with it with a Muta rush, because Tempest was not expecting it, did not have a lot of cannons, didn't know what was going on in Great's base, and so would not have been expecting it for that reason as well. But yeah, he could have. There's basically no cannons in his base, and he would have scouted it a little bit too late to do anything about it. He wouldn't have been able to get an Archon up in time, so could have been a really good choice there. But anyway, again, all in the past. And this time, Great's made a lot of Zerglings though, and he's chasing those Zealots back, killing off a few Zealots, so that was nicely done. And that's really actually a big deal, because now those Zealots are not going to be able to do what they were trying to do before, which is go out and do some harassment and try to attack that 3 o'clock expansion in the mid-right of the map. Also, those are not going to be able to fend off. It's going to have a smaller ball of units, basically. The Protoss, in this kind of situation, is almost going to play like a Terran in a sense, I guess, and turtle up and get a ball of units and then move out with a ball of units and a few Templar with it to kill any masses. And that's the way that the Protoss can kind of move out and then just stomp on the expansions of the Zerg, because they're not going to be able to have defense it everywhere at once. So the more he can pick off those smaller units earlier on like that. Whoa, is he going to lose that? He's definitely going to lose. Oh, I think he's going to lose that Corsair. It's get chased away. It looks like he's going to dodge one. Is he going to get back to the cannons in time? Looks like he is. And yeah, those are going to get taken out there. Although sometimes if the Scourge chase the Corsairs into the cannons, they can still take it out, because that's a strange Nexus placement, I guess. They can still take it out because sometimes they'll move the Corsair to the cannon but not past it, and so the Corsair will stop, and the Scourge will just have just enough time to hit it. Anyway, I keep talking about things that aren't actually happening, or didn't actually happen in this match. Anyway, but yeah, so Great is going to have a lot easier time defending, because Tempest is going to have a little bit longer to build up that ball of units, and building a lot of lurkers here, and doing a really good job of scouting. Great is doing a really good job of scouting, sending these Overlords, sacrificing the Overlords to see what's going on in those bases, and it looks like those Corsairs are probably going to get taken out, because they're so focused on these Overlords that the Scourge coming in, they're going to pass over the Archons. Archon's going to take out one Scourge. Oh, and this Corsair saw him in time. They're going to run back. Yeah, not going to be able to pick that off. But now, because of that, Great knew where his army was, is going to be able to burrow those lurkers, takes out a single Archon very quickly. That was a nice Archon snipe. Tempest does not have observers yet, and there we go. Wow, this is going to be good. He's going to burrow those lurkers and use the Overlord to spot and try to take out that cannon. He's firing uphill, so it's going to be... Oh, never mind. He's going to fall back. He doesn't feel that's going to be easy enough to do. I guess he didn't have enough lurkers in position to actually make all of them attack the cannon there. Anyway, but Great is a really good position. He needs to expand more, I think. That's what I'm thinking. He should probably use this map control that he has to get some more expansions. Well, maybe not, actually. Actually, Tempest has gotten a decent force built up here of Zealots, and he's got observers out, so he can move around the map. So it might be dangerous for Tempest to really move out and try to make too many expansions. He's got 4 bases, but now Tempest is getting 3. Okay, so yeah, so he is going to build some more bases in the bottom right here. So, so yeah, anyway. Sorry, I just got instant messaged by Smiley there in the background, so I got distracted there. Apparently, I mentioned before I did some games with him and his brother Steve there, and burrow! There you go. That DT's gonna get killed. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Apparently, I recorded some games with him, and apparently, he's saying something. Oh, something else that he was recording got messed up. So sorry for getting distracted there. A lot of gateways now for Tempest, he's building up a sizable army here. He's getting a nice good mix of units. He's got a few Templar in there as well. And that's what he's going to need to fight this Lurker army. A lot of hatcheries though, and Hive Tech as well out for Great. And he's scouting that base up at the bottom right as well. So if he can contain Tempest a little bit longer, he's going to have some good tech out. He's going to be a really good position to really beat off this army. And here he is. So looks like Tempest is going to be moving out a little bit with his kind of mixed army, kind of a hodgepodge of units here. We've got a smattering of Zealots, a few Dragoons, a Dark Templar, a few HTs, a couple Corsairs, just a little bit of everything. And really that works out really well for the, well, never mind those Corsairs, but that works out really well for the Protoss to have that kind of a mix of army. And he's going to go for that bottom right expansion. Great, moving his forces in behind to try and intercept, to try and hold off this attack from that expansion. I think, where did that army go? I'm not sure if he's planning on moving in behind once he moves into that little area and attacking from behind. And Tempest may be wary of that. He may be wary of the fact that he could get pinned in. Tempest actually now engaging that army a little bit. He hasn't used any storms yet. It's going to be crucial what he uses those storms on. If he wastes them on small group of Zerglings, he's just going to die to the masses in the long run. This is going to come down to basically the big battle here, because whoever, if Tempest wins the battle, he's going to be able to pick off these expansions. But if Great wins the battle, he's going to be able to keep those expansions and completely out macro Tempest for the rest of the game. Here he comes, moving in. He's got his Lurkers kind of clumped up. That's kind of storm bait. Is he going to be able to get a storm off? He gets a storm off on a couple Lurkers to the north. He needs to get some storms off on the units to the south. No, he has an observer. The Zealots are able to take it out. Nice storms on those Lurkers. Takes out all the Lurkers. Zerglings streaming in and completely getting slaughtered. Great with not enough units, and Tempest with enough storms. I didn't think he had enough storms, and just those 3 High Templar was able to storm a ton of units. Defiler Mound is up now. That's going to be able to... Oh, wow. Hydra was just chilling there, just getting stormed to death. Anyway, this is not looking good actually for Great. If he can somehow maybe cut off those reinforcements from joining his main army, keep keep Tempest's army separated, he might be able to hold out for longer, but it's still not looking good. I'm not sure why he's falling back from that location. Tempest has the advantage. He has map control. He has the ability to move in and take out one of these expansions. I think he's not moving. He doesn't have quite the Templar. Oh, kind of. Well, he gets those 2 morphing Lurkers, but doesn't quite kill them off while they were morphing, though. You need 2 storms to kill off morphing Lurkers, and really just kind of throwing away his storms partially on single Lurkers. Well, I guess it ended up working out okay. I mean, but they weren't really throwaway storms, and he could have been more effective with the storms, but at this point I don't think it matters. He's just had too much of an army. He's done too good of a job of taking out those Lurkers individually in sections, and now he's bearing down. He's decided to completely forget about the expansions. The expansions are too well defended. He says, I'm going to go straight for your natural, straight for your choke point here. Lurkers coming in from behind, but there's plenty of units and plenty of observers, and I think that's one of the things here is Great has not done any observer sniping at all. That's one of the things that helps to buy time for the Zerg to build up more units, is sniping observers with single Scourge and Overlord, and Great has not used that tactic at all whatsoever, and his natural expansion has now been breached below his ramp. His ramp may even be breached as well. Zergling's trying to hold the line there. Sunken colonies desperately being built on top. He's got a Defiler in play, but oh no! The Defiler is rally pointed into the middle of the battle, and for some reason doesn't get killed off. I'm not sure why he hasn't killed off the Defiler. It's a dangerous unit to have lying around. Finally, the Defiler goes down. He has another Defiler behind there, but I don't think he's research consumed yet. So he is going to go down. His ramp is completely breached. Single Sunken colony. 2 more about to pop in, but he doesn't have any meat to throw in front of him. So that the upgraded Zealots and Archons are going to be able to deal a lot of damage there. And yeah, this is pretty much game. Great is going to go down. Tempest taking out Frozen, and now by Great. Yeah, Great is just... not by Great. He's not in the by Great. He's not in the by. I used to think he was in the by clan, but I don't think he is. Anyway, yeah, he's in complete breach here. Not even Consume can save him at this point. This is pretty much game. He's losing all his tech. He's losing all his units. So, good game. Nicely done by Tempest. I mean, like I said, just going up with those 3 bases and coming out with the ball units. And really doing a nice job of timing it, too. Coming out when Great was getting more bases up and trying to get his tech up and didn't have enough actual units on the ground. And then, I mean, it came a lot down to the micro as well. He had enough units he could have taken out that army, but Tempest doing a really good job. He could have stormed better, I still say, but he did decent enough storms that he was able to take out a lot of units, especially in that first big battle, and was able to basically beat down Great's army. And then it just came down to, you know, who had an army and who didn't have an army, and that was that. So anyway, so Great is going to go sit down, and Tempest is going to move on, and it looks as if Tempest is going to be facing... Uh-oh! Tempest, you may have taken out 2 of the lesser players on Con, but next time you're going to be facing Jangbi in a Protoss versus Protoss. I do not expect Tempest to win that. If he does, he will be a hero, but Jangbi, one of the best Protoss versus Protoss ever, is going to be a real challenge for a mediocre, relatively mediocre player like Tempest. So we'll see what happens in Game 4, though. Take care. Thanks for watching.